After driving my van over 1,500 miles, I'm finally settling in for the summer season. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I spent the last couple summers living out of my Honda Accord in the state of Colorado, mostly because I was doing a lot of pet sitting jobs in Colorado, and then whenever I didn't have a pet sitting job, I would go up into the mountains where it was cool enough to go car camping. But now that I have a van, I decided that I can spend the summer wherever I want, technically, and so I've decided to come to an area where I've never actually spent a summer season, even though it's very popular among the nomad community, and this is also where I'm hosting not one, but two women's retreats, so it's a good place to feel a little bit grounded myself this summer. I already hosted one retreat in June, and I'll talk a little bit more about how that went as we get into this video, but I'm also hosting another retreat in October. So between now and then, I'm really just focusing on grounding myself and taking care of myself, not so much like driving to a bunch of places and exploring, because honestly gas is expensive and I need to take my van to a mechanic just to get it inspected for my anxiety's sake. But I'm really excited to spend this time this summer grounding into an area of nature that I've never been to before and just really tuning into the things that I need to be doing for myself right now. And I think a lot of this came up for me while I was at my retreat. So as much as I'm hosting these women's retreats for other people, Grounded Outdoor Retreats is basically my dream retreat, and I am designing them and putting them on in order to bring other people with me for this experience, but this is genuinely the type of experience that I want to have while living in my van, and so I feel very grateful that I've been able to cultivate that in a retreat sense and bring other people who don't necessarily live in vans or don't have access to nature every single day where they live out into nature and just experience this way of life with them. So typically for these retreats, I will rent out a campground or a hip camp of sorts. If you don't know what a hip camp is, it's basically Airbnb, but for campgrounds. And you can find some really nice places that have some glamping tents set up or cabins, and then also offer the option to bring your own van or bring your own tent. And I also generally look for places that have toilets, showers, and hopefully a sauna, and river access are generally my big four. Oh, and a kitchen to prepare meals. So there's a big laundry list of things that I look for when I'm looking for a property, so that I can include people who both live in vans and don't live in vans, and people who are very comfortable with being dirty out in nature, and people who aren't as comfortable. So for this retreat that we just did in June, we hosted 13 different women at a property near the Columbia River Gorge, which I had never been to this area before hosting this retreat. I had actually never seen the property before I hosted this retreat either, which I don't recommend, won't be doing again. And being someone who's from Arizona, a state that really doesn't have a lot of water per se, it was fascinating to just come out of the high desert of Oregon and then just, whoop, there you are, a giant river that's big enough to have boats coming all the way in from the ocean, blowing my mind. We went and explored the town of Hood River and then crossed the Hood River Bridge, which I didn't know that I had a fear of driving over bridges until that day, but it's like a rickety wire bridge that's just barely wide enough for 2 lanes of traffic to pass, and I drive a big ass van, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was fine. Made it to the other side. And the venue where I hosted this retreat was really close by to a wilderness area, so I actually got to the area a week and a half before the retreat and just camped out in this national forest close by to the wilderness and just really sat in the nature before I hosted, because like I said, I had never been to this area before, and so I wanted to make sure that I felt grounded myself in order to then host all of these women who had never been here before either. And so it was really nice. We had a couple days of just relaxing in the vans and walking down to the river, looking for rocks by the river, going swimming, and then there was also a couple days of rain. It downpoured rain for 2 days straight, over 2 inches of rain. And this was the Monday, Tuesday before my retreat. And so the entire time I was sitting in my van in the rain, I just kept thinking to myself, like, wow, I'm really grateful that it's raining now and not during my retreat. So the weekend of the retreat was beautiful weather. It was actually a heat wave, which was interesting for the area, but it was really nice because there was a river swimming hole not too far away, so we could all just drive down there in the afternoon and jump in and rinse off. And it was just really nice after months and months of traveling in my van, just me and my partner and my cat, to be surrounded by a bunch of new faces and new experiences and hear from new people. And so it was a good reminder to myself to not be a van recluse, so to say, and to continue to make new connections, not only through these people that I'm meeting at my retreats, but also just like in general. And when I'm at a campsite that has other van lifers, since I'm with my partner, I feel a little bit safer, like interacting with people than I did when I was traveling alone in my Honda Accord. So like we went to the coast a couple weeks ago and met a whole group of friends, and it was really fun. But yeah, that was one takeaway for myself from this retreat is I hadn't been around other people for a while, and so I felt kind of socially awkward. Like, I'm great at hosting, I'm very detail oriented, I can make sure everything is gonna go to plan, make sure everything is organized, but when it comes to actually showing up and hosting in person, I still felt kind of socially awkward, and I think just by pushing myself to be more social in van life in general can help me be more social at these events as well. And something else that came up for me at this retreat was how I've been practicing yoga for 10 years now, and I've been a teacher for 5. And in that time, I've done a lot of in-person teaching, but that was at the beginning. And since then, I've really cultivated this self-practice where I am using yoga every day to live the life that I'm living, but I haven't been teaching a lot in the sense of like, yes, I can practice yoga for myself, but being able to share that wisdom with others is another bone that I need to be practicing. And so I'm excited to be teaching pop-up yoga classes around the Pacific Northwest this summer. And I'm also going to be dedicating a lot more time to my yoga app, which I've talked about here on before, and I've been posting yoga classes on for years. Like, there's hundreds of classes on there already, but I really want to be more intentional with the classes and share exactly the like mindset and the process of how I'm using these practices to live the life that I'm living. And like what I mean by that is there's a lot of things that come up mental health wise that I don't necessarily talk about online, or I think a lot of van lifers don't talk about online, like fear and anxiety and worry and depression. And when that comes in, like, what do you do about that when you're living such an unstable, ungrounded lifestyle? And kind of the way that I've used that experience to adapt my mindset around my yoga practice, I think is a very valuable thing that I need to practice sharing with other people, because I get very intimidated by it. I'm like, oh, I'm just another yoga teacher, but in a sense, like, all of these years of self-practice and self-study are what can make me unique, so to say, and I really need to just practice having the confidence to step into that. So hold me accountable here. But yeah, I'm really excited to have the time this summer to focus on those things and continue growing myself so that I can continue growing all of the things that I want to grow, like these retreats. If you've been listening to me yap about these retreats and you're like, oh, how do I join? There is another retreat happening in 2026 in October. It's October 2nd through the 6th, and it's actually the second annual retreat. So we did this retreat last year at the same venue, same dates, and it was magical. And I have such a soft spot in my heart for this particular venue. It is Cedar Bloom Farm, and it is 100 acres on a river, and they have a sauna, beautiful outdoor showers, glamping accommodations, as well as camping options throughout the 100-acre woods. And the river specifically has a dock where you can jump into the river, and there's a beautiful little swimming hole that the girls really enjoyed jumping in last year, and then going straight from the river into the sauna. And just the property itself brought so much magic to the event. But in addition to the property, we will all be doing yoga and sound healing together, as well as other workshops, so you can find more information about that as well as signups down in the description. There's a $100 deposit due at booking, and payment plans are still available, and if you use code ROBYRAMBLES, you can save 5% off of your booking. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys would be interested in seeing here as well, as I continue to make videos on the internet. And I'm excited for next week because I filmed a video where I conquered a large fear of mine. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below and stay tuned for next week's video. And if you enjoyed this video of me just rambling on my couch, make sure to show me your thumbs. And I hope to see you guys again very soon. Bye!